Is Cities Skylines 1 better than Cities Skylines 2? Short answer, no. Long answer, let's get to that. 1. Base game. Let's be honest, the CS1 base game is nowhere near CS2, and this is to be expected. CS2 is a newer game. It has way better graphics, way better assets, and way better everything, to be honest, except maybe gameplay, simulation-wise, but I play sandbox, so I'm not going to talk about that at all. Now, when CS1 came out, yes, it was revolutionary because it improved massively on other now irrelevant city builders, but when CS2 came out, it wasn't revolutionary because it didn't improve on CS1. Modded, that's the key word, modded. CS2 messed that up. 2. Modding. The biggest mistake CS2 made is the gatekeeping of modding. Once you gatekeep modding, you pretty much go against the spirit of modding itself, which is freedom. Of course, I would have liked CS2 to be so complete that I wouldn't need modding, but I have to be realistic. This game is made by a small studio, and you can't expect them to get everything right the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or you get it. As we've seen with CS1, maybe this game is just better as a community-based game with modders helping to improve the experience and add content. CS1 used the Steam Workshop system, which may have its drawbacks, but there's a sense of freedom and ease of use to it that just makes modding that much easier and instant. Of course, every time a city's Skylines releases an update, it's absolute chaos and anarchy. And of course, every time a creator deletes their mods, it's gone forever. But overall, it worked well enough for the CS1 community. For fuck's sake, man, Biffa was making content almost every day for centuries, playing CS1 modded, but just a few months into CS2 and he's already given up. I don't know if the planned modding system is going to work better, but the key sentence is it's not there yet, and players are impatient. They're already pissed off because having the latest NVIDIA graphic cards designed by a collaboration between NASA, Lamborghini, and Rolls-Royce does not guarantee any kind of performance in the game, and that's where CS1 might be better. 3. Performance. Am I changing my answer to yes, CS1 is better? Maybe not yet, I might though, because Cities Skylines 1 was mad inclusive. I remember playing CS1 on a work laptop. It ran great vanilla. I could even play CS1 modded on a GTX 1050. I bet you don't even consider that as a graphic card. Might as well be an onboard, but it was inclusive. Anyone could play it. And you didn't have to be Shroud to be able to get at least 60 FPS on vanilla with more than 100,000 population. Cities Skylines 2, well, if some professional gamer with 3 4090s attached to an unreleased Intel chipset that can power a satellite is complaining about performance, fucking hell, man. But it does have a supposedly updated engine. 4. Potential, and that's where CS2 has the advantage. It uses an updated engine. It has a better shelf life, maybe, but did they choose the wrong engine? I don't know anything about game engines, to be honest, but it kind of rubbed you the wrong way when that impressive launch trailer they had was designed on a different engine than the game itself, which when you think about it was dumb as fuck and should have been a red flag. But I'll take their word that this engine should be better for future proofing. I mean, game developers don't lie, right? Still, the assets do look better than CS1, even though they are boring as fuck and hate to say I told you so. 5. Assets. Some time ago, before the game was released, I made a video reacting to screenshots of the game and just basically commented on how boring the assets were. Too American cities are boring, and when the assets are American-centric, it will look boring. I'm talking about the United States of America, by the way, because South America is wavy. Yeah, hate to say I told you so. Now everyone is realizing how boring the game looks is because of these Dullsville ass American-centric assets, and when I put out that video, some people were disagreeing with me. Well, where are you now, you fuckheads? But still, it beats the CS1 vanilla assets. CS1 vanilla was way too cartoonish. CS2 has boring but better building assets, way better vehicle assets, and way better citizen assets, as wonky as they are. But CS1 modded assets though? 6. The magic with CS2 gatekeeping modding. You just can't get modded assets yet. CS1 gave you the freedom to build whatever you wanted. I told each and every one of you that American cities were boring. Well, in CS1 you could get assets from any country you wanted. You could build an Indian city, an Argentinian city. I built a whole ass Malaysian city with CS1 modded. The magic of CS1 was that there were no boundaries to what you could come up with. My favorite cities, Skylines creators, built whole new planets, cyberpunk cities. You could build a Japanese rural town. You could build a European fantasy city and make up a whole storyline to go with it. That was the magic of CS1 modded. It gave you freedom. I always applauded the city's Skylines creators for how welcoming they were towards the modding community, but that was CS1. I don't know what happened with CS2, but it seems like they're more concerned with business over the magic of gaming. Maybe the bag from selling 1,000 different DLCs got to their heads. I don't know, man. I used to get almost all the DLCs. I spent a lot on CS1, a lot. I'm not so sure about spending anything on CS2 anymore. As soon as I smell bullshit, I'm out this MF. So yeah, vanilla wise, CS2 might be better than CS1. But right now, as we speak, Cities Skylines 2 is starting to smell of shit.